Welcome, Frank Mona. Frank Mona is an awesome young alt-rock band from Calgary, Alberta, and they're active in the scene, and they have a lot of great insight for other young artists and bands, so we're really excited to talk to them today.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Happy to be here.
Maybe I'll just kind of kick things off. Can you just give us a little background on the band, like how you guys formed, how long you've been together, and just kind of how things got started?
I got it.
Yeah,
so basically, we were all friends since since kindergarten, for a long time. And in grade 6, I think, was when we decided to actually start a band. Because you know how all kids really want to make bands with their friends, but then we actually did, I guess. So, and that seemed to work out. And then we just stuck with it through middle school and high school now. And yeah, so it started a long time ago.
So you guys started playing your instruments very young, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I started playing guitar in grade 4, and even before that, I was taking piano lessons. Dom's been playing drums for I don't know when, and then it was kind of we were a group of friends, me, Dom, and Ben.
Yeah.
And then I played guitar and Dom played drums, and then Ben was in the friend group, so we're okay.
Bass is cool. So
yeah,
I picked up bass. Yeah, I didn't have much musical background prior, but I'm definitely picking stuff up now, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm a bass player too, and it was the same kind of thing where nobody's playing bass, so somebody had to do it. So that's how I got into it too. It just seems to be, welcome to the brotherhood, man.
Exactly. They look at each other and then they're like, okay, and that guy's gonna play bass. It worked out.
That's cool. What were some of the first shows you ever did?
One of the first shows we did was at a pizza place, so Without Papers Pizza. Oh no, sorry, that's a lie actually. That's our first show we played in front of actual venue. We played at our grade 6 graduation. I don't really know what to call that, but it was just kind of our whole class presenting in front of each other, or playing for our class. It was
we started the band to I think play that specific show because our parents had organized it. That the grade 6 grad, they rented a hall and stuff. So I think we actually started the band to do that, and then kind of after we played the talent shows in grade 7, 8, and 9, and then some other gigs at we played this annual gig at Highwood Pool at the start and end of each summer, but we didn't actually really get any kind of what you'd call real gigs until we got into high school, and that was out Without Papers.
Yeah,
cool.
Awesome. I'd really like to ask how you guys came up with your band name, and if you have any advice for other young bands or artists trying to come up with a name.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny. Our original band name when we first started was Wet Paint. So we were known as Wet Paint for a while, which is kind of cool. Then I think it was around the time we started in grade 10, we wanted to change it, and so we loosely based the name off of this pizza place that we would always go to before band practice, called Mona's Pizza, which I think it's shut down now. But so we thought if we have Mona in it, that'd be kind of cool. And then we put Frank in front of it. That sounded kind of neat, kind of like a name as the band. So yeah, and that just sort of stuck, kind of like Frank Mona.
That's cool. I like it. It's easy to remember, and
yeah, kind of cool. Man.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you have any advice for other young artists or bands looking to come up with a name?
I think just don't think too hard about it. I mean, it's good, obviously, put some thought into it, and but I don't know. If you choose a name, you don't have to stick with that name. It's okay to you don't need to get set on a name if you have it. I don't know, just go with whatever sort of sounds good, feels right.
Yeah, I remember when we were thinking of changing our name, we were so scared to change it because we were well, all these people know us by Wet Paint. But then we really thought about it, and there was probably about 30 people that knew the name Wet Paint.
Yeah.
And we were really not going to lose that much by changing the name. So, yeah, there's like changing your name is not, we thought it was a huge risk to take.
Yeah.
But it's, nobody really cares.
Yeah. And you have to be happy with it, right? You have you have to,
like you got to be like comfortable with what you're going to call yourselves. So like if you want to change it, don't be scared. Just if it doesn't suit, then definitely go for it.
Tell me about the first time you guys recorded or went into a studio, what the experience was like, and maybe what you learned to be better prepared for next time, or some things that really stuck with you at your first studio experience.
Yeah, so our first we never actually, the first time we did it, we didn't record in an actual studio. We sort of, we hired a guy to come in and do it in our basement. So he brought all this equipment over. We set up like these big blankets above the drum kit, and we like put the padding on the wall and stuff. So it was kind of a unique first experience, but it was really cool. Just like, and we all played like live. So and then we just recorded everything. It was kind of neat. I mean, it was a little, it worked out, but it was not a real professional studio. But
how many years ago was that? How I guess how many years ago was that? When was it?
I think we
recorded
that
last fall. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. And then that was fall 2019, and then
probably like
and then that we released those songs in the winter of that year. March. Never mind.
Cool. So you guys had been a band for a long time, and then finally took it to the next level, I guess, last year.
That was the first time we actually recorded anything. We only started really making originals till like maybe a year and a half before that.
I see.
Yeah.
So how have you guys been staying active during COVID-19 in the music scene? Do you have any advice for others experiencing what you're going through right now?
We haven't really done, we've been trying to practice as much as possible, but we're kind of lost in terms of where to go from here kind of thing, like what opportunities to find and what even to do. Like all we can really think of doing is just writing more music and stuff together, which is what we have been doing. But yeah.
Nobody really knows what to do, you know? And actually, what's been kind of cool about this podcast is to talk to a few different artists and people in the industry about where they think it might go, or some innovative ideas they might have to keep things alive and keep going. Are you guys getting together in person and jamming, or are you not at that stage yet?
We've been kind of getting together. We slowly started doing it like in a garage, like so it's kind of open air, so it's a little bit more kind of along safer lines, and then we just slowly started kind of opening our bubble to each other, and started jamming, just because we found that the writing process is better when you could actually like sit next to somebody or be across, at least in the same room.
Yeah, there's a real big difference to have that energy, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What was the last gig you guys did before things kind of shut down?
It was the community center one.
In Forest Lawn.
Yeah, we played this. It was like that garage. It was like a merchandise sort of selling. So there was a bunch of bands there, and they all could set up tables to sell their merch, and then they all played. It was kind of cool. And so that was in. When was that?
I don't even remember.
There was snow on the ground. I remember when we did it. Yeah,
it was like early February.
Yeah,
or something.
So it was a while ago.
Yeah,
January.
That was like the first. Yeah, I think the last time we played live, we also played at the Blues Can for their monthly jams.
That's true. Yeah,
like 2 weeks before quarantine started.
Yeah,
that's funny. The last gig I played before quarantine was at the Blues Can too.
Yeah.
So,
that's a good place.
what are some of your guys' favorite shows you've ever played?
Wait, we forgot about. Okay, so we played. So we graduated this year, and for the grad, they sort of there was this drive-through graduation in the Stampede grounds, and we saw the opportunity and we were like, could we play at the grad? And then we had to follow these guidelines, and there was all these rules, which is fine. As we were really happy to play.
Yeah.
And so we got to play for like our entire class on stage outside.
All dressed up.
It was we were all dressed up.
That was everybody in cars and stuff honking.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
That sounds like a pretty memorable gig. That's very cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Where did you guys go to school in Calgary?
William Aberhart.
Yeah.
You all went to Aberhart?
Yeah.
And were any of you involved in the music program there?
No,
actually.
Not really, no.
Yeah. We had the band teacher. We would play at school. The band teacher would be asking us to join.
Yeah, it'd be like begging us to come in and join the music program.
But
but none of us were in the actual
in band.
Band, yeah.
No.
Were there many bands in your school? And it's kind of a two-part question.
Yeah.
Did you find that there were other bands in your school? And when, like pre-COVID, of course, and while you were still in school, how did you connect with other bands in the Calgary scene? How did you meet other groups and just kind of be involved in the community?
At Abe, I don't think I know any other bands. There might be some like low key. I know the jazz band kind of does its own thing sometimes, and they're kind of more like a out of school group too. But I think we're the only actual what you'd call like a normal kind of rock band at Abe.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
And then
here
you go ahead. Keep going. No, you got it.
Okay. The way we found other bands was definitely through Graham McKenzie and his gigs. We actually one of our brother's friends had a band, and he got us in touch with Graham McKenzie when we were starting to look for like actual kind of gigs, not just kind of talent shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So we got in contact with him, and ever since then we've kind of been going to these gigs and been getting to know just the Calgary kind of youth music scene and knowing all these bands and stuff. Yeah.
That's cool to hear. Graham does a lot for the city and for youth music scene in Calgary.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
I'd like to know, how would you all describe your sound and what kind of influenced it?
I don't know. We like to describe. I mean, we were thinking about this recently too. Actually, we're like, usually we just call ourselves like alt rock,
right?
Indie rock, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to define your sound. I don't know.
Yeah,
at least the alt rock seems such like a kind of blanket statement nowadays. Like you get like it's coverage a lot, like different kind of like bands and music. So like we were like Dom said, we were trying to figure out like what we really are and to put a label on us.
I'm not. I know that I'm super influenced by bands like The Strokes, and I know we all kind of listen to The Strokes, like Arctic Monkeys, Weezer, even like Muse, and they all definitely play a part. I don't know how you'd put that into kind of like a specific genre, but
I can hear all of that in your music for sure.
Oh, sweet. Yeah,
that's good list.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to package that up and kind of put slap a label on that when you're putting into one band. But that's definitely along the lines of our influences.
Cool. Do you see? We kind of have been asking everybody this question that we've had on the podcast because it's so open-ended and nobody knows what's happening. But where do you see things going? Like what? Well, maybe this is I want to ask you specifically where you think the music scene is going in these times, and then I want to ask you specifically about where you think where you want to take your band. But what do you think? What do you see happening as young musicians and artists? How do you foresee music continuing on in these weird times?
I don't know. Like, I think there's going to be a huge rise, obviously, in like how many people listen to and like music online and watch gigs like online, right? And I think because I know in Calgary there has been some more kind of live gigs starting, but I think you're gonna see that all the really, really famous people are gonna be kind of solely playing online, and only kind of you're gonna have like local gigs with really small musicians that will actually be playing live.
Yeah.
So if you kind of want to make it into that kind of, I don't know, like get famous, I guess, I think you'd have to, at least in the next few years, focus all your energy to kind of getting online and kind of on streaming services and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like there's oh, sorry, my bad.
No, I was going to say it seems to be that's kind of like the way to go. That's where it's going. But sorry, Ben, please continue.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I was going to say the same thing. It's all going to be very dependent on your online presence, rather your presence within your like local town, like rather making a fan base like in a live audience rather to an online one. So yeah.
And where do you guys see yourselves going? Do you have any like goals, or what are you working towards right now?
Right now, I think our priority is just to write more music, get it recorded, and then eventually, we start getting more shows when and if we can. But right now, we're focused on writing some good songs, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
no, definitely
using this time where you can't do much else to really focus on writing and practicing and honing all those skills.
Sure.
What are some of your favorite shows that you've ever seen live?
Ooh. I went to a really cool Red Hot Chili Peppers concert once.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty sweet. Like Flea like walking on his hands. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're also just all around like good, really, really talented musicians. So that was like a cool show to see. Yeah.
I saw Weezer live because my dad really likes Weezer, and that was just sick because he just knew every single song they played, and the crowd was just so into it. It was just cool to just be on the ground.
Where was that show?
That was at it's a casino in Calgary, the Grey Eagle Casino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was up there, and that was like 2 years ago, I think. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm actually embarrassed to admit that I don't think I've ever seen like I don't think I've ever been to like an actual concert, like with a big band. Except for I saw from one of the bands that we were friends with in Calgary, Gratuitous Platypus, played a gig with Calpurnia, like with Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
And I saw that because we went there. They invited us there, and that's like the only actual.
Cool. Where was that show?
I've ever been to. That was in
Mac Hall.
Mac Hall. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The UFC.
Nice.
That was a good show too.
You guys were really focused on songwriting right now. Do you have a certain songwriting process? How do you write your songs?
We generally it's like, so we like to jam a lot. So usually every band practice has a part where we're just jamming, and then a lot of times something cool would like happen in the jam. Someone would play something kind of cool, and we're like, oh, that was kind of cool. Yeah. And then we sort of, if we really like it, we just build off that small little section of some random jam, and it's cool that can like turn into a full song.
Yeah.
So we usually start with like the instruments, I guess, and something that sounds pretty cool.
And are you all lyricists, or who writes the majority of the lyrics?
I mean,
kind of everybody.
We all come together and think about the lyrics.
There's no one person that kind of does it at home or by themselves. Like definitely for us, all of the songwriting that we do, it all happens when we're together.
Yeah.
Like nobody kind of comes with a song already made or or lyrics already made for the song, right? It's definitely all together.
That's cool. That's kind of rare for a band, to be honest. And that's cool because it really is like a band process then.
Yeah, for sure.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And so, like, I have all these questions that I want to ask, but I'm kind of, you know, thinking pre-COVID stuff, I would say like, what kind of gigs do you want to do? Where do you want to play? But that question is almost totally moot. But let's pretend for a second that it wasn't. What kind of gigs, what kind of shows would you guys want to play? Like, what appeals to you?
I mean, it would be kind of cool to just play at I'm not 18 yet, but Nico's not either. But it would be kind of cool to start playing at just some of the bars around Calgary that are really popular with that. Just because we haven't yet, and I feel like that's a good. That'd just be a fun place to play at.
Yeah, that'd be super fun.
Definitely. So maybe when I do turn 18. But
What venues would you guys have? I mean, not everybody listening, of course, is from Calgary, but what venues do you guys like? Or which ones would you wish that you could play?
It'd be cool to play at the Blind Beggars pub. My dad's band has played there before, and it looks so fun. So
cool.
I think playing Mac Hall would be dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be a super cool game. You could fill some space with some people there. The energy's like kind of through the roof, and you can get a good show going. So that'd be cool to play there.
Years ago, my band was the first band to ever play in that room when they opened the new one.
Oh no way!
Yeah, we were there for the grand opening, so we christened it. It was it was fun.
You broke into stage.
We did, yeah. How about some advice for you guys have been a band for a long time and you've been doing it for a while. What's some advice for young musicians, artists that want to be in a band, and if they are in a band, how to stay together and get stuff done?
I'd definitely say don't stop jamming. Like, I know it's kind of like cheesy to say, but like literally just, you know, keep going, like keep practicing, even if you have no shows or no gigs or anything like that. Like, just keep trying to better your guys' selves, or just keep having fun and playing. Like, if you the closer you get, as soon as you can start writing your own music, then that gets even more fun, because then you can start doing your own stuff instead of playing other people's music. So just kind of keep pushing to find stuff that, like, different things that you want to do.
Yeah, I'd say another big thing, at least for kind of keeping a band together, is just being kind of open and super honest with everybody in the band about like why you're in the band and like what you kind of want it to do, and kind of get on the same page, so that when you do something as a band, you kind of do it together and with purpose.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Anything to add, Dominic?
In terms of just like of trying to acquire like some shows, or just I'd say just talk to as many, just email people, just really try and put yourself out there. I mean, sometimes it's kind of scary to like talk to certain people or message certain people, but I mean, you just got to keep like pushing yourself to connect with more people, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some awesome advice.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find your music? Is there any information you want to kind of relay to anybody out there?
Spotify, Apple Music,
all streaming
on everything.
Pretty much,
yeah. Excerpt Day is out.
Excerpt Day
as of March 5th.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to listen to it there, that would be sweet.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you want, you can check us social media like Instagram, and we're running Twitter. We're trying to get that on that a little bit more. So definitely check that out if you're interested.
Yeah, cool. Give our Twitter a look.
That's great, guys. Well, I really hope that I can see you live sometime in the not too distant future, because I really like your music. I'd love to see you in person.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll have to stay in touch, and then when you get some new music out, we'll reconnect.
For sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
Love to.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, talk soon.